sick and tired of your love-hate relationship with wine?
Welcome to the Feel It Alcohol-Free podcast. Hi, I'm Coach Ruby Williams.
And I'm Coach Susan Larkin.
We're two former wine lovers turned alcohol freedom coaches, exposing the lies about alcohol.
And giving you, our listeners, the tools to break free so you can feel lit.
And when you're lit, you'll feel healthier, freer, and more in control of your life.
So relax, kick back, and get ready to feel lit alcohol-free.
And don't forget, grab a copy of our wine-free weekend guide after the show.
Hey, welcome back. We are so excited for the podcast today because we have this amazing guest, Isabel Van Zwelen, or Izzy. And I'm so excited she's here. So I'll introduce her and then tell you all how I met dear Izzy. So Isabel is an expat from Amsterdam, now living in San Francisco with her lovely husband and her awesome daughter, 2 cats, and a brand new puppy who I've seen on Instagram. It is so cute. And she started her sober journey in May 2019. Same as me, same as Ruby. It was just so cool. And that's when she dove into the world of sobriety, trying every NA bubbly there was and flying around the world to attend fun sober events. And in 2021, Izzy started organizing sober retreats for women that don't need alcohol to have fun. Nice getaways where women can combine blissful time away in the sunshine and meeting like-minded women in a gorgeous alcohol-free setting. And that is exactly where I met Izzy, in the most gorgeous setting in the south of Spain. Tarifa, Spain is where I met Izzy. A coach friend of mine, Martha, asked me if I wanted to go on an alcohol-free retreat in Spain. And that was so out of my comfort zone. I've traveled internationally a couple of times, not a lot. And this idea of doing this by myself, going to Spain and going on this retreat. And then it turns out I had a sober friend, Angela, who lived in Spain or has a second home in Spain. So I went to visit her, and then she and I together went to the retreat. And Izzy put on this amazing retreat in the most gorgeous, what is the name of that home in Tarifa? It's like Bonita something.
Huerta Belinda.
Oh, Huerta Belinda. Yes. This gorgeous compound. This is something, it could sleep so many people. It's like this compound, gorgeous Spanish tile. Oh my gosh, it was so gorgeous. Overlooking the Gibraltar Strait, overlooking Morocco. You could see the Moroccan islands. I mean, it was stunning, absolutely stunning. You felt so special being there. And then she just put on this amazing trip that just blew my mind. And it was a treat for myself for after my doing a year on the path and being alcohol free a year, and also starting the coaching program to be a coach. So that was sort of I was a coach at that time. I'd finished the coaching program and in 2021 and was and went on this retreat as sort of like a little celebration. So I just loved Izzy. And then you were in New York visiting, doing kind of your US tour. And we met up and went to that Roosevelt Island restaurant, rooftop restaurant, had such a good time. Izzy is so amazing. She goes around just finding alcohol, all the alcohol-free places, where to find alcohol-free beverages in any city that at least Izzy's been in. She has them all on her Instagram, which is @Sobertopia. Anyway, so Izzy, so excited to have you here.
So happy to be here.
Yeah, I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah.
And how you started, and then let's talk about how you started all these alcohol-free retreats and what you're up to. So let's start a little about your story, because I know Ruby is dying to hear it.
Yes. Well, where to start? I'll do real short. I started when I was 15, like any other teenager, I think. Well, at least in Amsterdam, it was quite normal to go out in the weekends and drink a lot. And right from the start, I didn't have that stop button. Right from the start, it was clear that it wasn't really good for me, but I didn't notice. I didn't realize till later. So went back in my 20s, and then it was starting to become a little bit of a problem sometimes, like doing things I regretted and blackouts and kind of like depressive periods I got a little bit towards mid and 20s. So I tried stopping drinking for a while. I went into outpatient clinic once a week, chatting about my alcohol use, and then I had to do a diary. What would I drink and when and why? Fuck this. This is not for me. Oh, excuse my language. I'm going back to drinking. I'm still young. I can handle it. Anyway, continuous drinking, but just binge drinking. I was never like a day drinker or at home drinker. I never drank at home, just when I was out and about with friends. But still, binge drinking way too much on specific nights and waking up with a huge hangover and I got. But then around 34, I became a mom and I was like, wow, this is really not working anymore. So after a while, I still kept doing it, binge drinking, but less often again. And then at some point, May 2019, I decided, I woke up from another terrible hangover. It was literally like, I went for lunch the day before with a friend, had one bottle of bubbles together, picked up my daughter from school. It was the first time I drove while I drank. I never did that before. Then I dropped the car home after I picked my daughter up, went to the beach, met some other friends, more drinking. Then we went out for dinner, drink. And then after, I don't know, hours, it must have been 10 p.m. or something. Most of my friends said, oh, go home now. Except me and one other friend who don't have stop buttons, who said, no, go gambling. So we went to the casino, probably lost, I don't remember, drunk, smoked, the whole shebang. I was home at 4 a.m., completely wasted. Next day, I couldn't get up out of bed. I was just like crawling to the toilet, more or less. And I was like, I can't. I just have to stop. So I said to myself, I'm going to give it one more shot myself to stop. I tried everything before. So I said, I'm just going to give myself one out. I can drink in airplanes and airports when I travel, and that's it. For the rest, nothing, never, ever, ever. And I thought, if I can do this, it's fine. If I fail to do this, I have to get help. Like, I have to find professional help to get this sorted. So that was my last chance, and it worked like magic. It was really nice. Airplanes and airports, and other than that, I was just a non-drinker. Parties, I just not a drop outside the airplane or the airport.
Wow.
And the reason, yeah, weird, right? So the reason why I picked that was because it's not long stretches of drinking. I mean, how long can you be in an airplane? So how much can you drink? So
right.
Keep a lid on it. And the other thing is I wanted to stop smoking because I have some health issues that get worse with smoking. So I had to stop smoking. But I always would smoke when I drink. And in an airplane, you can't smoke. So I thought, perfect. Yes, cunning.
Yes, very strategic.
Clever.
I thought about that for a while.
Yeah.
And then, after 2.5 years of doing that, one day I flew back again from Amsterdam to Spain because I have family and friends in Amsterdam and I lived in Spain at that time. So I flew back and forth quite a bit. And I was walking to my champagne bar at the Amsterdam airport for my champagne that I usually have before I go in the airplane. But I was like, I don't want it. I don't feel like it. Like every time if I would drink on an airplane, I would land almost with a hangover already because I'm actually not used to booze anymore. And it was just horrible. So I was like, no, fuck it. I'm going to go to Starbucks. Had a coffee instead and I never drank again after that. Wow. So this was that's
amazing. I love this story.
Yay!
Thank you. And now
I have pom-poms.
Non-drinker. Yes. No way. So that was a bit about my story. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I wonder about the psychology about always keeping that one tiny out, like you said, that you could drink in airports and on airplanes, like helped with just that relief of feeling like this is forever, or I don't know. Do you think that had something to do with it? Like,
yeah, for me, I just needed that. I could not be a happy non-drinker if I wouldn't have that 1 ounce, because I saw myself as a non-drinker. Just on airplanes, I was a drinker, but I felt like sober almost. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just needed that out. If you tell me never again, then I would go like, oh, I wouldn't. Yeah. So I don't know. And then it just fizzled out, that need for drinking, like
naturally. Yeah. Well, because you start to feel so good when you don't drink, and then you realize, I don't the few times you drink, you feel bad. So finally your brain just gets a clue, right? Like, why am I doing this? So amazing.
Why?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
So
speaking
true.
of bubbly,
And then
I wanted to highlight you made your own because you love bubbly. That you actually, one of the things you did was create your
Obsessed.
own alcohol-free bubbles, right?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
That was the same year. Yeah. Or maybe a year later. Yes, I started because I lived in Spain and we have all these vineyards there. So one of them also offers non-alcoholic bubbly, and I made my own, put my own label on it. It was
So fun.
super tasty. Yes, and I kind of wanted to start importing it in America, but it's too much hassle. It's like you have to do a whole company and taxes and import duties. So I stopped doing that since I moved to San Francisco. But I loved it. Yes, because I'm obsessed with pink bubbles. Like, oh my god! But there's so many nice ones nowadays. Like, well, you know them.
Yes. Is that your favorite?
Amazing.
Yeah, we should
Well,
do
there's so
a
many.
whole. We should do a
One of my
bubble
favorites.
rundown.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, at the end. Let's do that.
Yes.
Yeah, because
We
people
should.
really
Yes.
do want to know like the best bubbles. I think. Yeah. But yours were
Yeah.
so good. We drank them
True.
a lot. Remember how many cases we went
Exactly.
through at that
Oh my
retreat?
god! Yes, I think we
You
were
were like,
with,
wow, you guys can really put it away.
10 ladies, I
And
think
we're
we
like,
were.
well,
Yes,
yes.
because you were at my first ever retreat, so I had no idea how much to bring. So I brought loads, but we had enough. But it was like, how many did I bring? Like 30 bottles or something with like 10 ladies and like 4 days. Yeah, yeah.
It was alcohol
We had
free.
a
What
lot.
are you going to do?
was so
Yeah,
fun.
it was so amazing to arrive at this gorgeous place and then have these bubbles served to us and just, yes,
Waiting
it was
for
so
you.
wonderful. So tell me,
so glad you liked
tell me
it.
a little bit about what you're doing right now. Like, yeah.
Yes. Well, so in 2019 I stopped drinking. I was still living in Spain back then, and I started a blog about my non-alcohol or my alcohol-free lifestyle. But nobody was visiting it, obviously, because nobody knew about it. So I was googling how to get people to my blog, and then it said social media, it's free, and blah blah blah. So I was like, I didn't like social media at all. I wasn't on Facebook or I was on nothing. I was unfindable on the laptop, on the Google. But then I thought, okay, let's give it a shot. So I started an Instagram account in 2019. And from the start, I kind of really liked it. Because, oh my God, the people I met there, the community on Instagram is just like so loving and amazing. And so, yeah, I actually made a lot of friends in real life because of Instagram. Like, I met people because I love to go to alcohol-free events around the world. Yeah. So I loved that, and then from that came, at some point, I started doing the retreats in 21.
Yeah.
Which I also, because I was like, this is really nice meeting all these people online, but I want to meet people in real life as well. So I would kind of like started doing what I would like to visit myself. Like I would love,
Right.
I like luxury. I like people cooking for me, giving me drinks, lying at the pool, but also meeting other alcohol-free ladies. So it's like, I'm just creating my own paradise, kind of. So I rented a nice house, a chef, to do all of the things. And then I thought, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need some water.
Have a sip. Yes. So, I mean, this just blows my mind because I don't feel like I'm a party planner or anything. Like I would be so stressed out. But you also just were such a gracious host, but also so go with the flow. I mean, this retreat was.
Sorry.
I've never been on like a women's retreat like this before. It was so luxurious. You had a personal trainer, which I saw your post that he's also going to come to your retreat you're having in the San Francisco Bay Area in September. So we'll talk about that more later. So you had a great personal trainer. You had this amazing yoga teacher. Like she was amazing. Like we did the thing where you hang upside down and like it was, and they had a whole yoga room. You thing. Do you swallow it backwards?
Yeah, I just did a long walk.
Yeah.
No, I had a long walk, and I'm still dried out from that.
And it had a gorgeous pool, and it had massage that was, we could get the massages. Oh my
massages
God! I
were
mean,
good.
and then the chef was was it vegan? It was. Oh, Bethany was
Bethany.
amazing.
It was vegetarian.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the food was so good.
She's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so nice. It was such a nice first retreat with all you ladies coming from the US, for the UK,
Yeah.
all the way from the US. And then there were people from the UK and from Amsterdam, and they were like a really nice.
It
international
was.
group,
It was
wasn't
really amazing to meet, and just we all clicked. We had such a good time, and it was truly relaxing, and just it really did feel so special and luxurious. I mean, the view, you could just sit there and drink it in. That view was amazing, so amazing. It was so special.
I am loving this. I can't wait to go on one of your retreats, Izzy. Now I'm super excited.
Yeah, so
We
Ruby
love
is
that.
close. You know, she's right in. She's in the
How
Napa
are you?
Sonoma area.
Oh, that's super close.
I live an hour away from San Francisco. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's amazing. Have you always lived there? Is that where you're from?
I'm born and raised here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I love
So tell us now what you're doing. I know you're having another retreat in Spain as well, but and now you're doing them in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Well, yeah, close. In California, but a bit mid
Okay.
Pacific coast. It's like in Santa Margarita, which is near the
San Luis
Luis
Obispo. Yeah. Oh,
Airport.
slow. Yeah, that's where
Yeah, that one. Yes.
my cousin's daughter went to school. Yeah, beautiful area. Yeah.
Oh, really? It's beautiful there. Yeah. So I rented this beautiful retreat house with acres of beautiful land around it. I spoke to my Wim Hof instructor yesterday. She's an amazing lady who's going to do the Wim Hof workshop. The chef is amazing because I went there on a retreat to test the waters, and it's just beautiful food. Yoga. There will be for the brave people among us. There will be a zipline adventure. But that's really high, so I'm not sure if I go myself, but I'm going to offer it. And just all kinds of
And
things
Luke.
again. Oh, and Luke is coming for the daily
Yeah,
workout.
he's lovely. He's so sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Wow.
Oh, the
It's
Wim
so nice,
Hof.
yeah.
That's what I forgot about. That there was also the Wim Hof
Yes.
workshop at this retreat, which was the
Ice
first time I'd
bath.
ever experienced it. And it's not just the ice bath; it's the whole thing beforehand, the breathing technique, and like, whoa! There was such amazing experiences where people were just like, really, I think shedding, like crying and shedding some trauma that had been stored in their bodies through that. I think, and then we did the ice
Yeah.
bath, which Ruby does cold water plunges in the ocean every week.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Wow. That's so exciting.
Every week.
I'm doing the first one next week with a group of ladies here.
Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah. I've been doing with sober women for about 3 years now. Every week we
Hey.
jump in. Yeah. Up here in Bodega Bay.
Oh, I wish it was a bit closer, then I would join you.
Yeah, and I just live in Connecticut.
Yes, you'll
where it's
have to
cold,
one day.
So I don't cold plunge. I just come down to my basement and freeze my butt off down here. It's cold plunge every time I get out of the shower because we keep our house at like 65 because it's too expensive
Oh my
to
God,
heat
that's freezing.
it. But
I bet. I bought an ice bath. Well, I asked for Christmas one of those
Yeah.
ice tubs, that you fill up so for fun plunge at home. I haven't opened the box yet. But I will.
You
I
sound
will
like me.
start. I'm maybe later. No, but next, I forgot to tell you, I also started doing walks around the Golden Gate Bridge
Yeah.
with sober ladies here. I just had my
I'd love to
yeah,
do
Ruby's
that.
going to join you. She said she's
Oh,
going
I
to
love
come and
that.
join you some Fridays. So I think that'll be awesome.
I want to join you. Yeah.
I would love that. Or maybe I can combine one day a walk with a cold water dip in San Francisco. So you can do that.
Yes,
as well.
please. Yeah.
That would be nice. So yeah, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Next week is the first cold plunge with that.
So tell me, I mean,
people.
this
Yeah,
just
might be nice.
how you just are such a gatherer everywhere you go. You're a gatherer. Like you moved to San Francisco and now you're just like, how do you do this? What do you do? You just so
I don't know. I visit like all the non-alcoholic places, like Ocean Beach Cafe and Boisson
Yeah.
when it was still open, and unfortunately it closed down. Then the new bar is opening a new alcohol-free space on the 4th. I'm not allowed to say one
Yeah.
day soon. So yeah, that's all. I go there. I go to sober events, and then on Instagram I'm quite active still. So the best, because I'm new in the city, so it's nice to meet new people. So I thought I'm just going to organize walks and then see who shows up. So I started doing that, and then the first two times actually, I made it like an Instagram ad. So actually people will see it, people that I don't know yet, because otherwise they won't find me. So yeah, and then the last two times I just did naturally on Instagram. And yeah, there's not like a whole lot of people. I mean, one time there were 4 people, 7 people, 3 people. So, but it's super nice to just meet new ladies. And yeah, and then we're making a WhatsApp group with everybody that has been on a walk. So we have a little tiny community there. So I guess that's where it starts now.
Just starts by getting out there. I'm just amazed at, just that you just do it. Like, I remember meeting you. You're just like, yeah, we were, I'm all like, oh, I don't want to, we're at that rooftop restaurant in New York, and I'm like, oh, I'll just get what's on the menu. And you're looking at the mocktails on the menu going, these are lousy. I'm going to go up and talk to the bartender and get us, and she made us these amazing mocktails. And they were so good. But I would just be like, no, I'm all timid. And you're like, no, we need to get what we want,
This is shit. They were really shitty.
Yeah, I was like, these are lame.
Yeah. And then the one she made was so good. So
I know. I remember our waitress was so awful. She just kept looking down her nose at us. That was just so weird. Yeah,
horrible
but we had
lady.
so much fun.
She should not be working there.
Yeah, you just...
Oh, we visited once together
in New York.
In New York.
Yeah. And did some tasting,
nice.
And I know I'm sad that they're closing their storefronts. It's hard to have a brick and mortar business these days. So, but I know they're still online, which is great.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I think they expanded too quickly. I mean, they opened like 5 in New York within a year and a half or so. It was just. I was wondering already, like, wow, they go really fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't know.
But it sounds like San Francisco is quite the hub for alcohol free, because there's the Ocean Beach Cafe, and then you said the new bar, which I've seen seen on your Instagram. So.
Yeah, in LA they already have 2, and then their third one opens in San Francisco. Yeah. And
well, Jay, have you met Josh James from and that's his personal. I mean, I've met him and talked quite a bit with him about his like passion, and he wants to have every restaurant in San Francisco. I mean, talk about a big ask to have an alcohol-free drinks available, and Ocean Beach. So fun to go there because I tried like 3 different mocktails, and I just tried a whole bunch of different things because it's got all kinds of. It's probably the best, most variety of alcohol-free beverages I've ever found. So I don't know, if you're ever in San Francisco, go to Ocean Beach.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a great selection, and he's such a great guy, isn't he? I really had a good laugh. I organized like a cocktail mix, a non-alcoholic mixology workshop at his place, and then he was the man who was doing it all, and it was so fun with a couple of other sober people in San Francisco. That was really nice. He's so good
cool.
at that. He's like a cool guy.
Yes,
he's very cool. He's like a surfer dude, right? I call him the surfer dude.
Yeah, totally.
That is so great. Well, I mean, you're just such a mover and shaker and organizer. That's just like, you just move somewhere and like, I need friends, so I'm just gonna put it on Instagram to come do these walks, and I'm gonna organize an alcohol-free mixology class. Oh yeah, that's just. And so, are all the women that meet to go on the walk and the Golden Gate Bridge walk, are they all alcohol-free, sober women? That's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
One of them was like curious more than anything else, but most of them are just, a lot of them are newly sober, which is really fun because there's so much to talk about in the beginning.
That's so awesome. And you feel so really alone and kind of left out of social situations. So organizing something like this for newly sober or just for sober people and just having it out there, like again, I think, normalize not drinking, normalize a sober, alcohol-free lifestyle, that it is totally normal.
Yes.
And there's cool people. In fact, the coolest, right? Don't you think?
We're the coolest. We're badass.
Look at us.
And having this amazing life, alcohol-free. And then what a wonderful service, honestly. Like, that's how it goes. Like when you need something and you put it out there in the world, of course other people need it too. And then, it just starts this movement, of gathering sober women together to chat and talk and support. So great, because what they say, the opposite of addiction is connection. Yeah.
Connection. Yes, that's so true.
Yeah.
So true. I want to make a page on my blog about all the places, because there's quite a lot of communities non-alcoholic communities, I think, in San Francisco. So all the places where you can buy stuff and all the community. I think there's 1 or 2 other ladies that organize lots of events and activities around here. And of course, there's Phoenix, the big app in America. It's a big group.
Oh,
that
right.
organizes loads of fun stuff as well. There's so much. So I think I want to make an overview. Yeah, I'm just all over the place because now I'm like, because in Spain there wasn't a lot going on. So I went to all the events worldwide to get my kick off sober. But now here, there's so much happening. So I kind of want to make an overview of what's going on.
No, I think that's great.
So many plans. To make it
or more
local
visible, because like I didn't know about all that. You know, I don't know if Ruby knew about how much was going on in San Francisco. Yeah,
I did not know all of that. I mean, I've been to a couple of Sans Bar events, but are they also in San Francisco? I wasn't sure, but I went to like Portland, Oregon, and
Have you been to the one in Sacramento?
the zero proof.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But I heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, also a really nice place. What are they called again? Well, anyway, you know what I mean, right? I went there to lunch one time on a rooftop, and Chris was there from Sambar, and the guy from Bitter, All the Bitter was there. Ian. It was a really nice panel talking. There's kind of a lot of stuff going on. And in Portland, how is it there?
It was super fun. Yeah. I actually was at Laura McCowan's Push Off From Here book tour. That's what we ended up doing there. But it was like, maybe a couple hundred sober women and men. And there was like an NA bar where you could get mocktails, and she had all different kinds of drinks available. It was really fun. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I would love that. I would have loved to be there. Sounds good.
Well, I think for me, it was very special, but it also just was a great reminder when I went to your retreat of what amazing time you can have without alcohol. Like, it was just the best, and alcohol not required at all. And I think it's helpful for people, maybe even in early sobriety, to have this kind of experience, because it just really solidifies it, like personal, body experience, experiential knowledge of this. And then you can take that with you, out into the real world and maybe on a vacation, but also going, I know I can go away for 3 to 5 day vacation, have an amazing time without alcohol. So why can't I do that over here, even though everyone else is drinking? I know I don't need to do that. So I think it's just such a great opportunity for women. And then the connections are so amazing. And have you had people who came who didn't know anybody, like just came by themselves?
Yes, almost everybody comes by themselves. I think 95%. Of my guests, they all travel solo. Yes, and that's the nice thing, because not all of them, but most of them don't know anybody in their normal life that doesn't drink. So it's like, oh my God, there's other normal people that are actually enjoying their life so much and they don't drink. What? So it's really nice to bring them together. And I find it like on retreats, or because there's so much time, to connect properly, that people open up so quickly, and then you get to such a deep, meaningful conversation so much quicker than if you go for coffee or something, obviously, because you have so much time together. Also, I started doing as well in them. It's just like, it just brings up interesting conversations. And it's so beautiful to see how people kind of grow into their happiness and in their, like, how they, I don't know, they kind of like
blossom.
pop open, like, I don't know.
They're lit.
It's nice, yes.
They're
blossom.
They're on fire. Yeah.
They feel lit. Yeah.
I was going to wear my sweater with lit on it. I forgot. It was too hot anyway today, but it says lit really big. But then lit on.
I got mine.
Yeah.
I got mine on.
Oh,
I have
so
t-shirts.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know
We're
that.
at the time of the podcast where we always ask our guests, what are you doing today or in your life to feel lit? What are the things that you do to feel lit?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, I didn't prepare this one. Let's have a think. I get really happy. Like, for instance, my dad passed away last month, which I wasn't going to talk about because I might start crying. But so that's very short, short time ago. So it's pretty. I still have kind of a hard time with that. But then, so this morning I had that walk organized, and I was like, I didn't really feel like going because meeting new people, and it's just, I love it, but I have to be in the headspace for it. But I went anyway. I was going to cancel it last minute. But it was amazing. Like, it was so nice. I had such lovely chats, and when I came back, I was so much happier and like more. So sometimes when I'm a bit sad, I kind of withdraw from life, and I just stay in my house with my beautiful family and don't see anybody else outside the house. So this kind of thing gets me out and makes me feel good and happy again. So yeah, like connection with new people makes me very happy. But also other normal things like going walking with my puppy makes me super happy nowadays, and play paddle tennis with my husband and go shopping with my daughter. I mean, there's so many normal things that make me super happy nowadays. Like, it's just easy because I'm in such a better headspace than living through all the hangovers and getting depressed again because of drinking and feeling better again and then drinking again. Now it's just like very nice. And of course there's shit things like my dad happening and stuff, but I feel so much more able to cope with my feelings and emotions, and never felt this good after such a horrible thing if I would have been drinking, for sure. So I don't know. I'm just...
Yes, you are. You are. That's what I said to Ruby. When we started this podcast, I said, I know the person that I want to invite as a guest because she is the embodiment of living a lit lifestyle, alcohol free. Absolutely. Didn't I say that, Ruby?
Those words. I really relate to this. I just do, because the little things, right? The little things can be what really make you feel lit, feel really good. Just walking with your dog and meeting. I think the theme of this episode is going to be, meeting sober communities and meeting new people, and how that can just make you feel lit, right? Yeah. I love this.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and just sharing your lit energy with us. And if people want to find you on Instagram, it's at Sobertopia. And when is your next retreat? Do you still have availability in the
Yes. I have two retreats this year. One is in June in Spain, but that's fully booked. And then I have one in September, my first ever one in the US, which is the 5th till the 9th of September this year. Just open up for registration, so all the perfect rooms are still available. So dive in now if you want to book something. Ready to rock and roll. I just put all the dots on the i's. Yes. I think you say, right? So I found all my people, my yoga teacher, my boot camp man. So ready to go.
And you're going to do Wim Hof at this retreat as well, if people want to do it. It's such an amazing experience. Like, it is really cool.
Yes,
you put together a really, really special retreat. So I hope that some people listening will join you, because and go by themselves and go out of their comfort zone like I did.
Yeah, totally.
It was outside of my comfort zone for me to fly to Spain by myself, like, whoa, and wander around and, wandering around these airports, not speaking the language and stuff. But so it was so good, though. It's so good. And then you meet amazing people,
Yeah, No, it's totally cool to go by yourself. That's
it is. It really is. And then you
very cool,
feeling like such a badass, right? All right. Well, thanks again, and we're going to put all the ways that you can connect with Izzy in the show notes, or reach out to one of us, and we will put you in touch if you are interested in any of Izzy's retreats. And we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you later.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Thanks so much for listening to Feel Lit Alcohol Free Podcast. Do you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show?
All you need to do is head over to Apple Podcasts and do 2 simple things. Leave a rating and review telling us what you think of the show. And in that review, ask us any questions you have about breaking free from wine or living an alcohol-free lifestyle.
That's it. Then tune in to hear your question answered live. Don't forget to grab your copy of A Wine-Free Weekend at www.feelitpodcasts.com.
And remember, do something today that will help you feel lit.
See you next time.